I keep having these incredible things happen to me and no one to share them with. It feels like the more amazing results I get from the occult, the more and more isolated I am. I try to post and share and speak, and I feel like my voice doesn't travel. I have so many questions. I was cutting out sigils. I made several sigils. I intend to do rituals tonight and tomorrow. Let me just start from the beginning. I think I told you guys that something strange had happened. I was looking for a roommate and asked Dantalion for help. 2 people came forward on the same day, trying to move in. These were the only 2 viable candidates. One of them had my fiance's name. I don't know what else he has in common with my fiance, since we didn't stay in touch. The other one has the same first name as me, middle initial, sun and moon sign, and who knows what else. There's tons more we have in common in freaky ways. Turns out she's a witch, and she also did a tarot poll to help motivate her to pick this place. So we both did tarot polls that drew us to each other, and we both had need of each other. I asked Dantalion for further assistance deciding. I was pulling strongly towards the individual with my fiance's name, but Dantalion warned me not to pick this man. He seemed extremely nice when I met him, offered to pay more than his share, former military, but Dantalion told me no. He said that there would be problems with lust in particular. That was the first warning he gave me. He told me to pick the girl with my name. I wasn't even convinced because I was so swayed towards this guy. He seemed like a better candidate, for more reasons than one. A third person called me. He had seen my ad posted online and was interested in the property. His name was Solomon. At that point, I was already kind of tied between the girl with my name and the guy with my fiance's name, so I declined, but I thought it was so interesting that his name was Solomon. So I did choose the girl, trusting in Dantalion. And the guy with my fiance's name randomly recontacted me tonight, as I was preparing for my rituals. It's Friday the 13th, by the way, which is Venezuelan. I think the sun is in Leo and the moon is in Scorpio, if you want to incorporate that in any way. But so the guy contacted me tonight. I had finalized my decision and informed him that I picked the girl in July. We have not been in communication since then. So this was just out of nowhere. And the texts he sent me were not that bad. I'm going to read you the text real quick. The first, he said, I kind of wish I would have been picked for your place. I said, well, what's your new place like? Do you have roommates? He said, only one. Do you have Snapchat? I said, no. He said, haha, why not? I said, I don't know, and a laugh face. He said, haha, you should make one. And then I didn't text back. And he texted me, dude, for real though. And then he texted me again. He said, I was hoping you'd pick me. I didn't say anything. So that's what he had texted me when I was going over this. And I was thinking to myself, like, the texts aren't that bad, but they're kind of confirming, like, in relation to what Dantalion had said, and because other things had manifested. Everything else that he said had manifested. So these texts weren't, like, definitively incriminative, but they were questionable. And as I was reviewing this and thinking, well, they're kind of confirming, he texted me again. And he texted me, like, not to be weird, but I thought you were super cute. Oh my God. Dantalion is a god. He is one of the most important things in my life, and his counsel has never failed me, even when I have doubted him. It's not that I even doubt him, it's that I doubt myself. Like, I doubt my ability to hear him. Sometimes I think, I'm wrong. And because the things he says to me, often the things he says to me seem like they don't line up with what's going on around me, with what I can see. I guess because those are the important things that he feels the need to point out to me, the things that I wouldn't have any way of knowing. But so oftentimes the things he says to me, I think, like, that doesn't even make, like, how is that going to happen? That can't, and I feel hurt because I feel like I must have not gotten the message correctly. And it's just like, it's upsetting to my ego. But then every single time, it always manifests, it always happens, even when I don't see how it's going to happen. I told this man that I was engaged. I even told him that he had the same name as my fiance. And I told him the other girl had my name because I was like, it's kind of spooky. And he was like, oh, that is spooky. Dantalion protects me, and I love him for it. I would have been trapped in a year-long lease with someone who made me feel sexually intimidated if I had not heeded the Duke. So please, tonight is Friday the 13th. It's Venezuelan. Consider this demon. And before you get any ideas, I did choose 2 roommates. Dantalion helped me pick the first one too, but he was already locked in place at this point, so I only had one opening. The first roommate I picked was a male. I had already picked him, like, I think in June, and then I picked the second roommate in July. And there's been no inappropriateness from him. Very respectful. So it's not because this guy was a guy. It's something else. Also, the video that I already published entitled My Name Was the Answer. That was one of the rituals in which I was asking Dantalion for assistance with my whole roommate situation. The spirit box told me to pick a card.
Pick a card.
Pick a card? And then, so I pulled out my tarot cards and I started shuffling them. And as I was shuffling them, the spirit box seemingly says, chant your name. What's your name? This was before I met the girl with my name that Dantalion told me to pick, as opposed to the guy with my fiance's name. I didn't put those pieces together until this month.